What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, it's your boy here, AlexAlKazzaz, aka the Bear of Texas, aka the Vlogging Lone Star Bear. Well, my demonstration, showing off today, you can say that it's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Ladies and gentlemen, my Bret the Hitman Hart Funko Pop. As a matter of fact, this was one of the first ones that I had acquired. As a matter of fact, I believe this was actually a gift from one of my friends at school, who's also a lifelong wrestling fan. Well, unlike me, that particular friend was a fan during the golden era. Of course, the golden era, then the early 90s, early to mid-90s when Bret Hart was rising up to the star, to the level of main event. Oh, man. Well, while this thing is cool, if this Funko Pop actually was holding the WWF title and if it had the leather jacket, it would actually make it cooler, but don't get me wrong. This Funko Pop is unique. It is one of a kind because at least it's got the glasses. It's got the glasses. You see, and the position that it's in, well, I like how it is, but wouldn't it be better if this Funko Pop was in the position of how Bret Hart would do that thing with his arms? Yeah. Bret Hart, of course, honestly, arguably the greatest technical wrestler in the history of professional wrestling. Many say he truly is the greatest professional wrestler of all time. I will say that in his prime, he was truly on top of his game. Now, unfortunately, in my case, I was not watching wrestling when he was, I did watch some of it when he was wrestling. I watched some of it when he was in WCW. Of course, at the time, I was just a little kid, so I didn't even know how bad things were going. I was not aware of the infamous Montreal Screwjob. I'll never forget watching the Montreal Screwjob episode of Dark Side of the Ring, the documentary series for pro wrestling on Vice TV about, the whole Montreal Screwjob thing and, how his introduction to WCW was so lackluster because he was brought in to be the referee of the main event of the 1997 Starrcade. But, despite all the negatives, Bret Hart truly had a very unique and illustrious career. There's a reason why a lot of wrestling fans consider him to be the greatest. I mean, as far as technical wrestler, I don't think there's an argument there. Bret Hart is indeed the greatest technical wrestler of all time. But I've gone back to watch so many of his matches in the 90s and his rivalry with The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, Shawn Michaels. I have watched the infamous Montreal Screwjob match. Shawn Michaels putting Bret Hart in the sharpshooter. The referee calls for the bell. Vince McMahon even screamed at the timekeeper to ring the bell. Oh my goodness. And to this day, some people believe that the Montreal Screwjob was all an elaborate work and that Bret Hart was in on it. Nope, it certainly does not feel that way. So, well, I can honestly say that having the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be is truly something that is one of a kind. You know what? I feel like, honestly, if there was a version of this with the entire Hart Foundation, well, that would be another unique find. But as far as I know, there is not one. I really doubt that they made a Funko Pop with the late great Owen Hart. But if they didn't, well, I truly understand that. I truly wonder if there's one with the late Jim the Anvil Neidhart, but I have not seen one yet. But you know what? If there is, maybe it'll be part of my collection. But you know what? The Hart Foundation deserves acknowledgement, they deserve recognition, and they deserve respect. Rest in peace, Owen Hart. Rest in peace, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Rest in peace, British Bulldog, and of course, Brian Pillman. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this other video of me demonstrating showing off of yet another brilliant and unique Funko Pop. One of the first ones I had. And look at that right here. You can see how it's getting a little bit worn out. I guess that's what happens when you don't have the protection. But hope you enjoy the video. So leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And also, please be sure to check out my pro wrestling podcast. It's Ringside Chaos, and it's available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Thank you all very, very much. Y'all have a good one, and God bless.